Did you know that over 17% of all Americans carry some level of student loan debt? And for a vast majority of those Americans, those student loans have been on deferment for almost 3 years now. Hi, my name is Manny Sarnes with Home Team Lending, your favorite lender. And today we want to talk about how the impending student loan debt crisis could affect your local housing industry. So let me catch up to speed here. According to Dirt Wallet, over 17% of all Americans have some form of student loan debt, right? That is over 43 million Americans. And that student loan debt is over $1.6 trillion. So for the last 3 years, most of those people have not been paying their student loan debts. Why? Well, because during COVID, the federal government stepped in and said, we're gonna put all student loan debts on deferment because of the current crisis we're going through. Makes sense. Well, they kept on extending it and extending it and extending it. Well, the current administration, it's likely they're not gonna extend it again. And on June 30th, they're gonna sit down and determine if they're gonna defer it again, which it's unlikely, and when the student loan debts will have to start being paid again. And that date is being kicked around as about 60 days after the June 30th meeting, okay? Or August, September time. What's this gonna do and how does this play into the housing industry? Well, consider 43 million Americans. Those people have not been paying their student loans and pretty much have all but forgotten about that debt. So they're buying cars and renting homes based on their current budget. Well, we just said, right? August, September, they're gonna have to start thinking about paying these loans back. So they're gonna now have to start including that into their budget. My fear is what's gonna happen is how do student loan servicers contact these people to make them know that their payments are due? Well, it's very likely they're gonna mail them a letter. And what are we gonna do with that letter? They're probably gonna do what I would do with it, right? They're probably gonna throw it away thinking it's junk mail. They haven't received a bill from that servicer in 3 years. If they do that, it's very likely they're gonna go 30, 60, or even 90 days late on these accounts. Now, what that does is it completely destroys their credit. One of the biggest things affecting your credit is how you've paid your bills the last 12 months. And 30, 60, and 90-day late payments can totally destroy your credit. So think about 43 million Americans, a high percentage of which may not know their student loans are coming out of deferment. A high percentage of those may not make the payments until they are made aware of this. So this could absolutely destroy millions of Americans' credit. This would be horrible. As a mortgage lender, it breaks my heart to see somebody who has a great job, a down payment, good income, get denied because they haven't paid their bills. Even worse, they weren't paying a bill that they didn't even know they had to start repaying. So how do we avoid this potential crisis? Well, number one, if I had student loan debts, I'd be calling my servicer today and asking what my current payment would be. I might start paying the student loans today if I could afford it. If not, I might ask them when they expect for my next student loan to be due. I would also, when I was on the phone with that servicer, ask for text message alerts. You have to sign up for this directly. Most of the time, they just have to notify you in mail, but most servicers will alert you of items of change on your student loan debt via text if you sign up for it. A very good service for today. Now, if I had a hard time financially with adding that debt back into my budget, understand that almost all of these servicers will allow some form of income-based repayment. And you would also be calling your servicer as well to start ironing out how to apply for that income-based repayment and how to start that process as well. If you have student loan debt and you want to know how it might be affecting you and your credit and your ability to buy a home, reach out to me here at Home Team Lending. You can direct message us right here through social media. Again, my name is Manny Sarnes with Home Team Lending. And again, be very aware of when those student loan debt repayments come back into play.